Art has always been at the core of our cultural heritage, and its manifestations have been ever evolving. With global financial downturn came the demise of the Indian art industry. However, the Indian art industry now seems to be on stable ground. Once being thought of as elitist, Indian contemporary art is finally gaining recognition on the national and global platform. The India Art Fair was back with its 5th edition with a mission of expanding the domestic art market and providing the India Art Fair as a platform for global contemporary art. This year, India Art Fair 2013 showcased the work of 103 galleries from 23 countries and about 1,000 artists from across the world.
Well, I actually believe that the art fair very fairly represents the state of the Indian art market at the moment. We've got the very best Indian galleries represented here, so you've got the finest Indian artists, and that they are accompanied by some very talented European and American and South American international artists and artists also from other parts of Asia. So you've really got a very global perspective on the art world in coming to see this fair.
When you have one big platform which is highly successful, it creates its own cascading forces. This Indian Art Fair is an exceptional platform for the propagation of India's social capital, for the acceleration of our cultural heritage, and for building bridges with the rest of the world to propagate the strength of Indian art.
Started in 2008, the India Art Fair has grown exponentially, and with increase in the number of visitors, the India Art Fair has certainly transformed itself year after year, introducing various facets of art to suit the likes of every visitor. We reached out to gallery owners, artists, curators and art collectors to find out how successful this art extravaganza was and what future does it hold for the country.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like the India Art Fair really helps to make art more accessible, because a lot of people are intimidated, and then a lot of people who never have been to galleries before, they actually come here to the fair and then they develop the confidence to be able to go into an art gallery, and that's really great. That's been one of the great contributions of the fair to the Indian art industry.
Well, I think when they're here and they're walking around, they feel more free. We definitely encourage questions and discussion, and we hope that people take advantage of that, because we're here to share the work as much as we are here to sell the work. So I think it's been great. I think the number of people here is really impressive, and I mean, they're not all collectors, not all museum people, clearly public people who just love art and love to see it.
The satisfaction you get out of understanding a work of art increases the joy of watching or possessing the art manifold. We asked art curator Ratan if the India Art Fair was a treat to curators like himself.
An art fair can be extremely overwhelming for visitors, I mean for curators alike, because I think when you come in, you're just bombarded with a huge number of works, and making sense of that is not always easy, because really a lot of these works are not geared towards sort of audience interaction or contextualized by extensive text or anything. So I think when you've got somebody who is familiar with some of the artists and the works here, to have a look around and create a kind of itinerary which obviously revolves around ideas that they're interested in. So for example, the walk that I just did kind of looked at issues of home displacement, dislocation, and so I kind of wove a narrative around a number of artists and galleries that I've been following for a while now, and I think that in one way is some access into this very large collection of work.
Like any other domain, art too has witnessed a change in its trends and forms, giving a whole new meaning to human expressions. from the traditional paintings on canvas to modern art, to experimenting with the very forms of art and taking it into the world of audio, video and much more. At the art fair, we caught up with artists to know what could such a change mean to the art fraternity of this country.
Find now people are using what really suits them, how they can express themselves best in whichever medium. So and therefore all kind of different kind of art forms. I mean, there's photography, there's great photography, there's installation, there's just different kind of things. You don't know, like my work, I don't know what to call it. Is it a painting? Is it a sculpture? It's what is it? So like that, which is a good thing.
I think of the history of art. If we think when the first person carved in marble, that was a new trend. When the first person started to do photography 200 years ago, that was a new development. Digital media now in the 20th and 21st century is phenomenal. Film, video, performance. I think any area of culture is about change. So I started as a young woman as a painter. Now I am working across media. I'm called a multidisciplined artist. Working in this media, I work with books, I work with light, I work with text. I do work which is 20 stories high. I do work which is this big. So I think the nature of the times is artists have a wonderful opportunity to be quite liberated in their practice.
Well, I think that's one has to grow with time, one has to grow with age, and art is growing with age in India. It took a little time because this sort of things have been happening in Europe and America for quite some time, and it took some time for these ideas to come here. And I think liberalization in a way helped this, because there was a time when hardly an Indian artist could even afford to make a trip to Europe or America. And today things have changed. There are many Indian artists traveling, new inputs come, with the internet things have changed. So new ideas are flowing and the world is becoming a village. In the same way, sort of the artistic statements are also becoming more and more global.
Yes Bank has been driven by knowledge banking. And through a platform like this, we believe that investment we are making is something which reaches out to not only our Indian customer base, but reaches out because of outstanding coverage this property has across the world.